Hey, this is Greg with Making Our Shire. And today we're going to talk about saving seed and seed in general. Can you save the seed from the fruits and vegetables that you buy at the grocery store and grow them? Absolutely. But there's a high percentage that the fruits or vegetables that you buy at your grocery store are going to be a hybrid. Okay? Now, green bell peppers, not very common. Okay? Red, a little, it's fairly common, but not as common as the green. Once you get into the orange and the yellows, there's a good chance that it's going to be a hybrid. Now, a hybrid is the seed of the fruit of a first generation cross of two related varieties. Okay? Around when I was growing up, everybody planted Better Boy tomatoes, and that's a hybrid. That is the seed from the fruit of a first generation cross of Big Boy and Lemon Boy. Okay, there are some other combinations that they say produce basically the same thing, but that's the primary one. Now, you can convert a hybrid into an open pollinated seed variety if you have the time, the patience, and the space to do it. Now, we're going to go back to our little handy dandy seeds here. So we've got red, we've got orange, and then we got yellow. I got to pull those seeds off, okay? All right, as we plant them, a hybrid seed, only a very, very few will produce true to type. Now, what that means is that the seed that you pull from that plant produces a plant that is just like the parent plant that produces a fruit like the parent plant. Okay, so second generation or first generation from the first generation has a likelihood of producing true to type of 0.5 to 5%. Okay, so you plant a whole bunch of seeds that you got and you go through there and you watch them as they grow up. Well, some of them's going to be weak. You call them, not a big deal. Okay, as they grow up, you start seeing what they're going to produce. Well, you find the plant or plants, if you're lucky, that produces true to type, that produces the fruit that you loved enough to save the seed from, okay? And then you save the seeds from that. Now that brings you into your second season. In your second season, planting the seeds from the plant that produced true to type will increase the likelihood of their offspring being true to type from like 7 to like 22, 25%. Big range, but way better than 0.5 to 5. Each season or each generation of that plant, if you have a really long growing season, you could condense that time by raising an early crop and a late crop of that thing and selecting that way. So you could condense it, okay? But in general, it takes 7 to 10 seasons to take a heirloom and turn it into an open pollinated. Okay? So that is a good way for you to increase the variety that you have, but you got to be pretty diligent and you got to be patient and you got to be willing to kill a lot of plants and be very selective on the seeds that you do, okay? So this is part 1 on seeds and saving seeds, and part 2 we'll go into some more detail on GMO versus hybrid versus open pollinated versus heirloom. Okay, thanks, bye.